Namaskar. What happens when the planet of knowledge and intellect goes and sits with the Guru? Then that knowledge gets digested and turns into wisdom. So that's what's going to happen from 6th of June through 22nd of June. Only 17 days. That's when Mercury is going to be with Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. It's a very short transit, but extremely important because this is the period when we will digest, we will internalize, we will absorb and turn into wisdom everything that we have learned in the past almost 1 year. So think about what you have learned in the past 1 year. Now is the time to digest and absorb and utilize and make it practical. All that knowledge will become wisdom now. See, Mercury is a street smart. Mercury knows every neighborhood. Mercury knows every house, every corner, and every person on the street. Whereas Jupiter is the big picture. Jupiter is the big map, overall big picture. So when they combine, they can easily and safely take us home. So that's what's happening right now. Mercury and Jupiter are ready to guide us, to show us the path and take us back home where we came from. This transit, of course, is extremely important for students and learners. Of course, all of us are students of life, and so good for learning, good for communicating, and good for sharing. These are the three pillars of this transit: learn, communicate, and share. Share as in teach other people as well. And you have to look at all the transits and then combine those. So I have other videos on Jupiter and Rahu transit through the air signs, and then we have Mars and Ketu in the fire signs in Leo. So you have to combine all of those and then add on top of this. There is specific flavor to each video, to each transit. You have to see this from Mercury's perspective. So comment in the comment below if you have any important planets in Gemini, and also what you have learned in the past 12 months. Overall sort of learnings, life learnings, or in general could be studies, education, or wisdom. What have you learned in the past 12 months? And I read every single comment. I respond to several. I actually try to respond to many. Also, we pick a couple of comments and then highlight those in videos. So we'll talk about some of the comments in this video also. Before we begin, I just want to highlight again, we have lots of courses online. You can check out bharatastroveda.com, and also you can book a consultation if you want to deep dive into your chart at bharatastroveda.com. So let's look at some of the comments from the viewers. So this is the first comment. I had posted about the combination of Saturn and Moon. If you have Saturn and Moon combination in the chart, you may feel ups and downs in your career. And this is comment by Prashant. He's saying, what if Saturn and Moon are conjunct with Jupiter also? So of course, everything changes. You have to look at everything, all the aspects, all the conjunctions, what's going on overall in the chart. That's why you can get a reading to deep dive. But if you have Jupiter with Saturn and Moon, then definitely Jupiter will give blessings, wisdom, expansion, and that'll be a completely different result. Jupiter-Saturn combination is really good for career. Saturn is considered the planet for career profession in Bhrigu Nandinadi that I practice and teach. So this is going to be a very powerful combination, Jupiter, Saturn, and Moon. Next is this comment, arise and glide. So I love the remedies and mantras. So the question is, what mantras are best for Saturn in Aries? Now, always check the ruler, the dispositor of the sign. So Aries is ruled by Mars, right? So when a planet goes to a sign, it is a combination of the planet and the ruler of the sign. So pretty much Saturn in Aries means it's a combination of Saturn and Mars. So the best mantra, the best remedy for Saturn and Mars both is Hanuman Chalisa, because Hanuman is the deity who received blessings from Lord Shani, that none of his devotees will be harmed by Lord Shani. And also, of course, Hanuman is the deity for Mars. So Hanuman Chalisa is the best remedy if Saturn in Aries in your natal chart or in the transit also. Here's another comment. This person, Renee Davenport. So they're saying Libra rising, and Jupiter is in the ninth house. Okay, so that's Jupiter in the ninth house means that'll be in the sign of Gemini. So watch the video on Jupiter and Rahu transiting through the air signs right now. Very important, very powerful energy. So that'll activate your natal Jupiter in the ninth house. At the same time, you also have Sun in Leo, Sun in the 11th house, right? So the other video on Mars and Ketu transiting through the sign of Leo, those will completely activate your Sun energy. So there's a lot of Pitta energy, fiery, energetic, this outpour. At the same time, also this a lot of wisdom and expansion of your spiritual path. So that's going to take place. So this is a good example of how you want to combine all the transits, because it's not just one thing. So you see one thing with Jupiter Rahu, then another thing with Mars and Ketu, and now this is the video about Mercury and Jupiter going together in the sign of Gemini. So this will impact your ninth house as well. That's higher studies and wisdom and spiritual path. So great chart. Thanks for sharing. And so that's how you want to combine all the transits. So we'll begin with Aries rising, Aries Lagna, Aries ascendant. Now, Mercury will be in Gemini in your third house with Jupiter for these 17 days, June 5th to June 22nd. Very short transit, but extremely powerful. I said in the intro section also. So this is the time for learning, for communicating, and for sharing, that is teaching. So it doesn't mean just these 17 days, but set things in motion. But also, what have you been learning or studying or absorbing for the last full 1 year, almost 11 months or so? So that's that wisdom, that knowledge that you have acquired over the last 11, 12 months, now that will be absorbed and that will turn into wisdom. So practically, what things you can do, what you should focus on these 17 days. First of all, communication. Third house is the house of communication. Go out and meet people, talk to people. Written communication also, newsletters, and then meeting people face to face, and then using your sense of humor, using your communication skills, all of that. That's all Mercury. So that's going to give you huge results. If you have anything related to, say, you're writing a book or you're publishing something, this is going to be fantastic. And you can launch your writing projects during this period, or anything related to writing or even teaching. Anything related to marketing, sales, communication, all of that will be absolutely fantastic, because this is not just Mercury in Gemini, this is Mercury and Jupiter, and also trinal aspect of Rahu. I added Rahu there because Rahu makes everything big, like 100 times more powerful. So make use of this transit. Have, like a courageous communicator with a flair, with this like a guru, like you are the expert. You'll come across as an expert. Same thing with, you can do things with your siblings, better communication with your siblings, do some projects, some things with your siblings, and also your close friends and neighbors. This is the time for pretty much storytelling, through writing, like written communication, lots of newsletters, send out messages, like literally message in a bottle, that kind of a scenario is there. And of course, you can learn some new skills also. So learning, communicating, and sharing, that's the theme, but applies better, for Aries than any of the 12 rising signs. So for you, it's all about communication. And if you have any planets in the third house in the sign of Gemini, write in the comments if you have any planets in Gemini. Those will be completely activated. They'll give you really powerful results. Also in the comments, you can share what you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months. You can put your time zone and the time you're watching the video. Essentially, sky is the limit. Now, one specific remedy that you can do, Aries rising, is you can actually write any mantras or any even affirmations. So chanting mantras is great, but because third house is activated, let's say you daily do, japa, Gayatri mantra, Mahamrityunjay mantra, or simple Ganesh mantra, Om Gam Ganapate Namah. So what you can do is every day you can write maybe 5 times, 11 times, 24 times, or even 108 times if you have time. So you can write that mantra instead of just chanting. That'll do wonders. Or let's say you have something important going on during these 17 days. You want to send us something, very important email, or going to an important meeting. Before that, just write one mantra, or simply write Om. Anything with your hands, or just simply honoring your hands, looking at your hands, doing some mudras, those will be very powerful as well. So that's for the Aries rising. Next is Taurus rising, Taurus Lagna, Taurus ascendant. First of all, write in the comments if you have any important planets in Gemini. Those will absolutely give you fantastic results. Also, what you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months, those things will fructify, those things will be digested now, turn into wisdom. Now, second house is the house of speech. So literally, this is activating, making you a powerful speaker. Not only you'll be good with words, with this sense of humor, but those words will come from a very deep place, from a place of wisdom, that is Jupiter. And then Gemini is the sign of multitasking also. So be very, versatile. You may be juggling a lot of things. And even talking about anything related with food or diet or food industry, food supply, that'll be ideal combination, because second house is also represents the food and the diet. Then you can also be sure that this period will bring a lot of opportunities to expand your resources, your wealth, your family business if you have any. This will also improve your communication with family members, and also your you have your second house being aspected by Rahu as well. So Rahu makes everything 100 times more powerful. So this is the time to literally talk to a lot of people about business deals, making money, finances, wealth, all of that. Because whatever you do, all your communication during these 17 days will pave the way for developing partnerships, contacts, and new projects, new areas of business, new products, whatever. So it will really expand your family wealth, your accumulated resources for the rest of your life. So this is a powerful window to activate your finances literally. And that is through communication and through your intellect. So talk to people. Next is Gemini rising, Gemini Lagna, Gemini ascendant. So for Mithun Lagna, Gemini rising, your whole personality will shift, will change. You'll come across as an intellectual person. You'll come across as a very knowledgeable person, and this will make you very optimistic. You'll be good with words. You'll be good with presenting yourself through words, through speech. And you'll be very optimistic, because Mercury Jupiter is a very bubbly, optimistic kind of combination, and people will come and seek your advice. You'll become like a guru, who's knowledgeable, not just knowledgeable, who's wise also. And so this is the time for you to do a lot of swadhyay as well, which means learning about who you are, self-development, personality development, and then philosophy, writing, whatever appeals to your intellect. Just learn, communicate, and share with other people. So write in the comments if you have any important planets in your Lagna in Gemini, and also what you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months. So now is the time you'll see the fruits, the results of all that learning you've been doing. Rahu is trines to your first house as well in transit, so that will make this transit extremely powerful. So in a nutshell, use your intellect, use your sense of humor, and go and talk to people. Develop these partnerships. Communication is the key for you to succeed. This is a powerful window which will sort of position you as an authority, as a teacher, as a guru in some field that you're passionate about. One caution though, because Mercury is a very, very active, mentally active planet, of course, planet of intellect. Gemini is a planet that's airy planet, lots of movement and change, and Rahu's aspect, which is a very Vata planet. So there is a chance of you maybe running in many different directions and juggling like maybe 20 different things at the same time, which is okay for Gemini rising. You are able to do that normally, but this is an extremely Vata provoking transit. So still try to stay grounded. Jupiter will help with that, but you can do lots of pranayam, lots of grounding exercises, specifically for Gemini rising. It's very important that you stay grounded. Your feet are on the ground. You'll still be coming across as a very wise person, as a teacher for other people. A lot of philosophy and learning and all of that, but stay grounded. And also a good period to discuss about your health, because first house is overall, it's your health, your immunity, all of that. So learn about things. Okay, so what are the ingredients, why is calcium good for this thing, all of that. So intellectualize your health in a way, not just for the sake of debate or talking, but to understand deeply through your intellect. And then that knowledge that you gain about your health, about your immunity, that will really serve you well. And Jupiter will help you digest that and absorb that knowledge, and then make it practical. So great time to focus on your health routine, understand why you're doing certain things, how things work in your body, exercise, all of that. So it's also a good period for that. So that's for the Taurus rising. I'm sorry, Gemini rising. Next is Cancer rising, Cancer Lagna, Cancer ascendant. A very powerful transit for you. Mercury will be with Jupiter in your 12th house in the sign of Gemini for these 17 days, June 5th through June 22nd. Very short transit, but extremely powerful. See, this is the period for learning, communicating, and sharing. Watch the intersection also. And write in the comments if you have any important planets in the sign of Gemini. Those will be completely activated. Really powerful window to make use of the energy of those planets. And also write in the comments what you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months. Uh, Life lessons or some subjects or astrology, anything you've been studying, learning, share that with other people. So those things, what you've been learning now, will start giving you results. It will activate all of that. And so 12th house is the house of solitude also. So this is a perfect time for you to maybe do some writing in solitude. Go to a resort or just go attend some writing classes, like a retreat also. And then also deep spiritual insights, maybe in your dreams, in your sleep, you may get insights, and those will help you in your communication, in your writing projects. But this is a great period for someone who likes solitude, like monks, or who likes to do meditation. Just go on a retreat. You'll get so many ideas flowing into your mind if you go, spend time with yourself or just in a retreat center, because this will supercharge your subconscious mind at a very deep intellectual level. So you'll get a lot of answers literally to your burning questions. So to calm down this excess vata energy of Mercury and Rahu combination in Gemini, best thing is you'll gain some wisdom through your dreams, through astral travel, through silence. Do vipassana. Or just travel to the other worlds, and then do ancestral worship, all of those things. And then maybe a trip in the foreign country. That'll be really powerful, really good learning experience for you that will serve you for the rest of your life, or to a distant place. So all of that 12th house energy, make use to activate your subconscious mind so that you understand things better, because Mercury likes to understand, like intellectually, Mercury wants to see how things work. But Jupiter will actually turn that into wisdom. So great period for you to activate your 12th house energies. Literally enroll in some spiritual courses also. Your Moksha Trikona is getting activated by Mercury and Jupiter. So that's for Cancer rising. Next, we have Leo rising, Leo Lagna, Leo ascendant. All this powerful energy of Mercury and Jupiter together, they'll be in the sign of Gemini in your 11th house for 17 days from June 5th to June 22nd. And Rahu will be trines to those, so Rahu will be making it even 100 times more powerful. So what's happening is, this is the time for you to be on social media, be talking to people, developing networks, setting up organizations, or even like humanitarian organizations, NGOs, grassroots organizations, spiritual organizations, but also expanding your business through communication, through your intellect, through your words and your speech and your writing. Be out there. This will all bring in a lot of new friends, new potential for increasing your income, especially through social media contacts, through being out there, talking to people, using your voice, using your sense of humor, and using your intellect. Write in the comment section if you have important planets in Gemini. Those are going to be completely activated. So they'll give you a lot of positive results. Now, this is the time actually you can really influence a lot of people, influence the masses, like do something on a large scale. And then also a great time for if you have your own business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're doing something or thinking of starting something, this is the right time to be out there, to launch something that'll impact the humanity. As I've said in the intro section, also, this is a time for learning, communicating, and sharing. So write in the comments also what you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months. Now is the time. Those learnings will give you results. And also, this is the time for sharing with the world as well. So Jupiter is the guru, right? So Jupiter in the 11th house is making you go out and share your wisdom. And now Mercury joining there, it's triggering that, sort of giving you this push of good communication skills, good sense of humor, and using your intellect. You can really serve a lot of people through your wisdom. So do something out there, and in the process, you'll make a lot of friends, develop networks, help the humanity. So that's for Leo rising. Next is Virgo rising, Virgo Lagna, Virgo ascendant. So for these 17 days, Mercury is going to join Jupiter in the sign of Gemini in your 10th house. And Rahu is trines to that. So Rahu is making it even 100 times more powerful. This is a combination where you want to use your communication skills in your work, in your profession, and come across as a very intellectual person. Use all of the skills or things you have learned in the last 11, 12 months. That's when Mercury, Jupiter were together earlier, last year. So whatever you learned in the past year, use all of that knowledge. Now it has become wisdom. It'll help you, it'll fructify, it'll give you results. This is excellent for being a leader, public speaking in your job, in your profession, dealing with policy matters, like dealing with government officials, teaching, sharing your skills, being a guru, a guide, a coach, a consultant at work. So be a mentor for other people, not as a requirement, but voluntarily. So volunteer to help other people, to guide other people through your intellect, through your knowledge, through your wisdom. So you'll actually, your words, your communication will inspire a lot of people. And you'll have a big vision, huge this information and knowledge that you can share. Write in the comments if you have any important planets in your 10th house in sign of Gemini. And I pick some comments, so we'll discuss charts in the future video. And so write everything in terms of like whatever you learn. Let's say you have something to share, so you can send out maybe regular newsletter or start something, a podcast or something internally within the organization, within your company. That'll go a long way in positioning yourself as a very intellectual person, as a guru, as a teacher, as an expert in that area. So now whatever you share, whatever wisdom, whatever topic that you discuss, that will not be just a superficial knowledge you grab from AI or internet. That will be, it'll come across as somebody who is very wise, who knows what they're doing as an expert. So this is the time to rise and shine, be very out there and communicate. So, and also not just sharing wisdom, just communicating with people, talking to people, what they're doing, learning, understanding more about their work, their problems, or how you can resolve things. But just communication, learning, and sharing, all those are the big themes. And sky is the limit. Rahu is trying, so it's making very, very powerful. So a really trigger, a big push for your career for Virgo rising. Next is Libra rising, Libra Lagna, Libra ascendant. Now, this is a fantastic period for you to activate your dharma, your spiritual path. Ninth house represents gurus, teachers, our dharma, spiritual path. So first of all, if you are a teacher already, a guru, or you have something to share with them, even if you're not considered a guru or teacher yet, if you have something to share that you think is valuable, useful for other people, this is the time to communicate about that. Share that with other people so that they can also benefit from your wisdom. Secondly, so write in the comments what you've been learning just do some, soul searching, do some contemplation, and write in the comments what you have learned in the last 11, 12 months. That all that knowledge that you have gained, could be any subject, spiritual or your work, anything about life. Those lessons will be very powerful. Those are ripe for you to share with the external world now, to help other people. Then also just discussions with your sangha, with your spiritual brothers and sisters, going to a temple, sitting there, trying to understand about dharma, why we do certain rituals, why are we worshiping, why is this deity has this trunk like this. So try to understand things at a very deep intellectual level, and that will turn into wisdom. So very powerful time to refine your understanding of your spiritual path, of your dharma, and then also being a teacher, a guru for other people. At the same time, do not ever stop learning. So in the intro section also, I mentioned this is the period for learning, communicating, and sharing. So if you are, let's say you're a student thinking of PhD, higher studies, this is the perfect time. Or spiritual studies, deepen your sadhana. And you'll meet a lot of exalted teachers, gurus who are very wise, and you will also come across as a wise guru. See, Libra rising, your natural tendency is to be a peacemaker, to be a negotiator. So you want balance and fairness and harmony in life as a Libra rising person. So you always want both the sides to get along, right? So everybody to live in harmony. And so now is the time to take it to the next level and share your wisdom, not just be a negotiator, but spiritually, uh, make progress, spiritual progress in our lives. So how you can help other people, not just get along, but also be more grounded, and also help them discover their own dharma, their own path, their own spiritual belief system. So that's for Libra rising. Next is Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio rising. So for these 17 days, Mercury is going to be in your 8th house, joining Jupiter, trines to Rahu. This is a short transit, but extremely powerful. Watch the intersection, the significance. Now, 8th house is the house of occult sciences, esoteric subjects, secrets of the universe, who am I, my connection with the universe, all of that. So Mercury going there means, first of all, it will help you understand all of that, all of the secrets of the universe through using your intellect at a very deep intellectual level. It's more, I always associate this with the Buddhist way of reaching the truth, which is naha iti, naha iti. That means not this, not this. So essentially, you're trying to find out what is real. Is your body real? No, naha iti. Is your mind real? No, naha iti. So ultimately, so through your intellect, through this inquiry, through this discernment, you're trying to find out the ultimate truth. That's exactly Mercury in the 8th house. Not just that Mercury is joined by the Guru. So whatever you do through your intellect, whatever inquiry, research into finding your roots, who you are, Jupiter Guru will turn that knowledge into wisdom. So you'll absorb that. So it's really powerful time, awaken, literally nothing short of spiritual awakening for you. It seems like a short transit, but this will change your life forever. Write in the comment section if you have any planets in Gemini. Those planets will give you fantastic results. Now, also 8th house is research. Any field, could be for your work or your spiritual inquiry, or any field. So go deep in research. The other thing associated with 8th house is healing. 8th house represents chronic diseases, but also it's the bottom of the ocean. That's where the pearls of wisdom, that's where the herbs for healing, we find those at the bottom of the ocean. So this is the time to heal other people through your intellect, through your words, through your speech, through your writings. So be out there, communicate with people. First of all, communicate with yourself. Find out your purpose, your connection with the universe. That's the 8th house. But then share your wisdom. So bring out those pearls of wisdom. Then share with the external world through your communication, through your sense of humor, through your writing, all of that. And secondly, not secondly actually, another thing is 8th house is also house of change and transformation and crisis also, right? So So you can help other people how to deal with crisis situations or how to deal with change in life. Okay, so it doesn't have to be anything, you know, gigantic. How to deal with change, any of that, you can see how that fits into your work, or if you can incorporate that. Then eighth house is also money from other people. Mercury going in the, actually, if you have Mercury in the eighth house natal chart, then it's a good combination for doing client work. You'll get money from other people. So now it's the transit happening, right? So the transiting Mercury in the eighth house will be good. You can focus on your inheritance or shared resources, how you can make more money through clients. So, you know, go out there, do marketing, lots of research first, and then communicate with other people, meet a lot of people. So that's all the energy for Scorpio rising. Very powerful time. A spiritual awakening, that's your moksha trikona getting activated, but also material, like Mercury Jupiter means business and, you know, expanding your business, money, all of that. So a great, powerful transit for Scorpio rising. Next is Sagittarius rising. For Sagittarius, Mercury will be in the sign of Gemini with Jupiter in your seventh house, and there'll be trines to Rahu. Now, this is a fantastic transit. Now, Jupiter will, of course, be there in the sign of Gemini for a while, but Mercury being the ruler, this will directly trigger that energy. Watch the intersection. We've discussed the importance of this. Now, this is the time for you to sort of intellectualize your connection with other people, not in the negative sense, but in a very positive sense. Through your intellect, through inquiry, through discernment, through analysis, through communication, develop your relationship, take it to the next level. So have a lot of discussions, and literally, like, as simple as, if you already are married, if you have a partner, then have a lot of discussions. Just do, open up the channels of communication. Mercury is all about communication. Add some sense of humor. Be very light-hearted in your relationships. Secondly, if you're looking for a relationship partnership, this is a good time to meet people. So through your communication skills, so just meeting people, or even on social media, your Kama Trikona is activated. So 11th house being impacted as well. So be on social media, communicate with people, meet people, and through your charm, all of that will help you find a partner. And then also, uh, in a way, your relationships will become your biggest teacher during this phase. Write in the comments if you have any important planets in Gemini. Those will be powerfully activated. Really, really good results. Also, see and contemplate what you've been learning for the past 11-12 months. Apply that knowledge, wisdom into your relationship. Okay, so discuss those things with your partner, communicate, share with other people. So developing one-on-one partnership for you is the key. It doesn't mean these 17 days will make you, like you won't develop like thousands of partnerships, but you'll at least plant the seed. So start making those connections, reaching out to people, as simple as sending a simple email, or a text message. So really powerful time to work on your relationships at a very deep intellectual level, but also that's supported by wisdom of Jupiter Guru. So that's for Sagittarius rising. Next is Capricorn rising, Capricorn Lagna, Capricorn ascendant. Mercury will be in your sixth house with Jupiter in the sign of Gemini for these 17 days, June 5 to June 22. Now, this may sound like a very short transit, but this is very profound. First of all, make a list of things you've been learning, studying, or absorbing for the last 11-12 months. Because that's when Jupiter and Mercury were together last year. So those things that you have learned or been studying will give you results now. Secondly, this is the time to go very deep and try to understand better how you can take care of your health. So is this food good for me? What exercise should I do? All of that. So be very critical and analytical about your own health routine and how you approach health. So this period will really help you develop a better dinacharya, the daily routine, and focus on your health. Secondly, this period will also be fantastic for dealing with enemies through your intellect, through your sense of humor, through your communication skills, not through war. This is a great period to resolve conflicts using your wit, using your intellect, using your speech communication. And that includes both internal enemies and external enemies. Internal enemies are the 6 weaknesses we all have: Shadripus, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moh, Mad, Matsara. So those are 6 weaknesses. And then also external enemies, even including like any court case and stuff like that. So you'll be really good at solving problems with enemies. In the comment section, write if you have any important planets in Gemini. Also, what you've been learning for the last year, because any planet sitting in Gemini will be fully activated. It'll give you very, very powerful results. Now that these are also getting the trinal aspect of Rahu, and Rahu makes everything 100 times more powerful. So this is absolutely fantastic for you to work on first, dealing with the enemies, internal, external, also with your health. The third thing is sixth house represents our job, our profession. So at work, use your charm, use your communication skills, use your intellect, and also be a mentor. Guide other people, share your wisdom, like organize webinars, inside the organization, and just intellectually be out there. Second thing is communicate, communicate, communicate. Talk to a lot of people. Just sit with people in your office, in your work, discuss things with them, and learn from them and share your wisdom both. So it goes both ways. So this is a really powerful window which will set the stage for pretty much the rest of your life to improve your standing as a wise person at work, and in terms of taking better care of your health and also dealing with the enemies. The other thing is I always associate Mercury, of course, the incarnation of Mercury is Buddha. And so sixth house relates to any acute diseases, short-term diseases. So anything that you're, suffering from, let's say some health issue, now is the time to really sit down and understand, okay, so why is this happening? Why is my body giving me this signal? What's happening and what could be the cause? What was the origin? So intellectually try to understand, why you're feeling this unease, or why this feeling that is coming up to the surface, what could be the root cause of it? So this is the time for research, analysis, and then you'll have the wisdom from Jupiter, the Guru, to resolve that issue. So that's what's happening for Capricorn rising. Next is Aquarius rising, Aquarius Lagna. For Kumbh Lagna, this is really powerful. Mercury will be in your 5th house with Jupiter for these 17 days in the sign of Gemini. Watch the intersection. We discussed the really big importance of this transit. First of all, make a list of things you've been learning for the last 11, 12 months. You can write down in the comments if you want to share, or at least share in the comments if you have any important planets in Gemini. Those planets are going to be triggered by Mercury in a very powerful, positive manner. You'll see very positive results related to those planets. Now, 5th house, Mercury and Jupiter, trinal aspect of Rahu. First of all, if you are in a romantic relationship, have a lot of intellectual discussions, analyze things, and if not, if you're looking for a romantic relationship, this is the time to be out there through your communication skills, through your intellect, through your sense of humor, good opportunities for meeting people. Secondly, 5th house is the house of creativity. So use your intellect, create something really powerful. Could be in any field. Could be in the field of education, higher education, anything that you can think of. And for students also, this is a very powerful period, good for higher studies, good for learning just on your own, swadhyay, and higher wisdom also. Okay, so excellent for teachers also. Anybody in the education field, this is absolutely fantastic, no matter what rising sign, but especially if you're Aquarius rising, also all the air signs, the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, absolutely fantastic for higher education, for learning stuff, and also for being a teacher, being a guru, sharing your wisdom as well. Then the third thing with the 5th house is your children. So for your children, this is going to be a fantastic period, learning, creating things, and sharing also. So you also, as a parent, these 2-3 weeks, you can have a lot of discussions with them. Try to understand why things are the way they are. Try to go to the root cause of any issue. Try to analyze why, just simple things, why things happen, why stuff works the way it works. So all of that intellectual discussion, but ultimately it won't be just intellectual discussion, it will be uh, digested wisdom. So Jupiter will make sure that you understand that at the very deep level, so that you'll be able to share with other people. Now, one very powerful remedy, specifically for Aquarius rising, is listening to Vishnu Sahasranam, or chanting yourself, or writing down any Vishnu mantras. Mercury and Jupiter very closely related to. In fact, fifth house is the house of mantra, right? Mantra Shastra is fifth house. So chanting or listening to any mantras, especially related to Mercury or Jupiter, are going to be very, very powerful. So this is a wonderful transit. Make use of this short 17 days, but so powerful that you'll realize how they will give you results down the road. So initiate projects, any creative projects, work with your children in your romantic relationship also, and then also in the stock market, speculative investments. Really powerful window, but this is not financial advice by any means. We're just talking about the energy of the planets. So and then Rahu from your Lagna trinal aspect, it's making this powerful combination even 100 times more powerful. So very beneficial, positive, powerful energies for your fifth house for Aquarius rising. Next is Pisces rising, Pisces Lagna, Pisces ascendant. For Pisces, Mercury will be in your fourth house in the sign of Gemini with Jupiter for these 17 days. Watch the intersection because this transit is a very short transit but extremely powerful. So, and then also Rahu is trines to your fourth house. So your Moksha Trikona is getting activated. And Rahu makes everything 100 times more powerful. So, first of all, this fourth house is our Sukha Sthana. Okay, Sukha Sthana means it's inner happiness, long-lasting happiness. So through your intellect, through your own inquiry, research, discernment, try to find out what makes you happy. And one of the best ways is to do deep meditation. Go within, and the best thing I can recommend, associate this combination with, is vipassana meditation. Vipassana is where it's a self-inquiry. So you are letting all the sensations come to the surface, and then let it go. So just go within and pull out all of those things that are bothering you and release them. So that's the idea. So fourth house, and then same thing with your family members also. Have a lot of discussions, spiritual discussions with your family members in your home. You can organize some discussions with your friends also, like in your place of residence. You can organize weekly spiritual discussions, or anything that'll help you kindle your intellect. Then fourth house is also real estate. So this is a good period for that, investments in real estate, or buying a new vehicle. But this is not financial advice or real estate advice by any means. Fourth house is also connected with our mother. So same thing in her life also, she'll feel very intellectually charged, and then have more communication, open communication with your mother especially, and all family members. Now, if you work from home, this is going to be fantastic. So your home office is going to be the powerhouse. Do lots of communication, learning, sharing, and then digesting that knowledge, but also communicating about that with other people. So do lots of communication, even work from home, but be out there. The idea is to share your wisdom. Also write in the comments if you have any important planets in Gemini. Those will be completely activated, very positive results. And also analyze for the last 11, 12 months what things you've been learning. Those things will give you powerful results during these 3 weeks, but beyond also. I hope this 17-year window will give you insights into what makes you happy, so that you can discover your long-lasting, everlasting happiness through the combination of Guru and Buddha, Mercury and Jupiter sitting together in your Sukhasthana, in your fourth house. So that's for Pisces rising.